critical for Dignitas, because if this is your mid, which the composition certainly looks like it, once she drops Argus, you're dazed because it's a knockup. Storm can't get knocked up as well as Dignitas is right now.
They've been playing better than everyone else, at least so far, and this is the week where I feel like they truly get to cement that, right? If they truly are the better team, we'll know at the end of this one, and so far, they've looked pretty
up with your opponents anyways. But also because he gets so much movement speed while on the web.
That's a ton of damage. Trix takes away, but he's already out. Argus, even though it was used liberally, is right back up when they need it. And Cuvo Fred gets the kill. That's Heroine's damage. And the Bros takes so much damage, but does make it, though, into that ultimate. So he's out of there. But now the rest of Dignitas can come right back to the gold crew. This has been so patient and clinical, and it nets them the objective.
Deathwalker still has his ultimate, so he should be safe, but these walls are doing a great job of putting him in a bad spot. Body blocked perfectly, and the Earthen Fury comes out as well just to make sure, but Deathwalker still nearly escaped.
He does enough, though. It takes so long for them to eventually kill him that now Cubo Fred is low, but Adapting can't get in there to punish him, so it's still a win for Dignitas so far, but now Variety in trouble. Vote finds that kill. Emilzy takes quite a bit of damage as well, but no one from Dig looks like they want to push forward, but at least getting a 1 kill in return.
A little bit cleaner from Dignitas. Hurry, really patient on one end, and then a little bit, I would say, gun-shy.
Hello. What's all this then? Considering the Fire Giant, but all of the Knights are here, so you won't be able to sneak this one away in the dead of the night. Now it's time for the World Serpent to come dunking in. Heroine and Ataraxia, the carries are way too low, and Zero's gonna keep pushing forward. Deathwalker finds the execute, and the Knights are not gonna go to bed quietly. In fact, they're dead even in this game, and they want to find a lead.
Deathwalker pretty far forward, but still okay. Polymorph off the mark from Heroine, who's only level 14, so no pin for him either. Not really a chance for him to actually deal relevant damage to this level 18.
The end of it, Vote is in some trouble, has the Rising Jaguar and disengages, and Adapt actually stuns out Variety. Now he's in some trouble. The belly flop keeps the CC chain going, so does the stun, but Argus comes through as well. But here's QFR on the backside. He found Vote, an important kill for Dig.
And Zeros has to use his ultimate defensively as well. Trix is low on mana. Zeros wants to re-engage as Adapting chasing down Cuvo Fred in the mid lane. To blink in from Emilzy. They really want this kill onto Cuvo.
But someone needs to come back and try and get some of this damage off Zeros. There just isn't enough help. Ataraxia brings him down, so they have to get Cuvo Fred at least, because this is what they spent their time doing instead, and he can't quite get it, just out of range of those webs, and that means Dignitas leave. Ultimate comes out from Heroine as well. That brings Emilzy down quite low, but it's Zero's time. He goes up to the ultimate. It comes dunking down. That's going to interrupt Variety, who was looking to get a kill and set up the execute for Deathwalker. Very well played.
Really nicely done. Now another execute, but this one defensively as Cuvo Fred starts getting involved in the team fight. Variety
considering another Fire Giant. Cuvo Fred has been pushed away by Deathwalker, though at this point it looks like Deathwalker is now the one who's in some trouble. Cuvo Fred happened to take it, has to drop down the ultimate to buy himself some time, and he will eventually get his kill. Heroine comes through as well, but Adapting finally punishes him on the back end. But all of a sudden, this is Dignitas' fight. They've gotten 3 for 1, and then Zeros and Emilzy, who are running once 5,000, is now virtually even. Experience, for what it's worth, has been normalized as well, though at 33 minutes, not a ton. But the Knights aren't willing to give up. Deathwalker goes in and gets shredded for the trouble. Ataraxia burns him. Emilzy in trouble as well. And so Variety says hello and joins the fray. Zeros just barely makes it to the ultimate, even goes back in a couple times because he can always leave with those last couple of charges. But this is all Dignitas, top to bottom.
Hey, Finch, is Pen good for killing tanks?
Yes, it's the best way, really.
You know, like all these fights where Deathwalker and Emilzy are blinking in on top of Ataraxia and then they walk away without any threat, it's because there was no Pen in the mid lane. This time Heroine has Obsidian Shard and they get insta-killed for going in on and focusing too much on Ataraxia. It was just a matter of time until that started happening. It just happened to take until now.
Boy, I wonder if this is the absolute end of the game. They know Adapting isn't here, so they have the 5v2 in their favor, or 4v2 rather, as QO Fred's not here either. Variety takes quite a bit of damage. Heroine, though, does get Zeros, but this isn't about the Titan. It's still plenty healthy. They were just doing damage under the fight. And Pittsburgh Knights not just push him away, but they might even have some potential for a couple kills. But the re-engage from Variety locks down Vote. Heroine gets the kill, though they still can't end just yet.
No, and they don't have enough to get Phoenixes from this position either, I don't think. No blink for Adapting, so
That I think is Cuvo Fred and Trix Tank. And that's what set them up now to pull in this FG. Deathwalker takes damage over the wall, and it's Emilzy who blinks in. Argus has already joined us in the fray, but now comes Zeros over the top. The World Serpent would like to be a part of this one as well. Whirlwind is the one that's taking a bunch of damage, and there's no way to peel it. Zeros takes Whirlwind out of that fight. Get out of here, Hera.
Little Damian Lillard impersonation. There's no blink, no jump, nothing. Just, I'm coming, man. You got to do something.
Well, Deathwalker's in there, and Emilzy's right there to follow, but what a good polymorph coming through from Whirlwind. That shuts everything down. Zeros comes in right over the top, and he's got plenty of damage and disruption. Dignitas can't respond. Ataraxia finds one, but Zero's right there and behind. Variety gets Zero's two in trade, so it's 2 for 1 so far.
Cuvo was in execute range right after that destruction, but Variety's Thorns gets it done, shuts down Vote. And you called it, Finch. A great polymorph coming from Whirlwind, but also those walls from Trix Tank just dissect the team fight perfectly and do a good job of body blocking and end up stunning the opposition. Another great fight from Trix, and that peel ends up being enough. And Emilzy just decided he didn't want to live anymore.
Very curious about what that was all about. Maybe he thought everyone was on the FG. He had a chance to like ban of it. With that banner, he'll have plenty of attack speed to get some extra damage. Emilzy goes in, but the immediate response is there. Whirlwind gets the credit. Adapting follows up, at least finds Ataraxia, but Cuvo Fred punishes him. But Variety, if he gets executed, that's a big win for the Knights. It's 2 for 2.
Wow, Cuvo just plays very safe that fight and still has his ultimate available, but doesn't decide to go in. And I wonder if Dignitas needs to play you've been preaching their patience, and they've definitely been doing.
He goes in one more time. Variety's the one knocked up. Deathwalker goes right to the back line, looking for Ataraxia. Argus comes through as well. That's good damage, but it's Emilzy the only one who's low, and he pays for his crimes. Whirlwind's the one that gets the kill. Oh, look at the damage from Zeros yet again. Deathwalker finds a double. Cuvo Fred at least gets Vote. That's a critical kill. The dual lane taken out, but now Cuvo Fred comes over with a double of his own, and it's time for the Kali Waterfall as she comes through.
No, he doesn't get his ultimate off. Knocked up by Zeros, and he puts him down right away. Now it's the 2 tanks from Dignitas left standing, and that's not enough. So both relics from Zeros simultaneously. The man who single-handedly won the fight last time for Pittsburgh Knights now a lot more vulnerable.
Zero's still lurking around nearby. Deathwalker's teleported in, so he can come from the back. And they're going to try and all in onto Zeros to get things started. Ataraxia blows him up right away, but Deathwalker's on the back of this fight as well, doing plenty of damage of his own. Adapting finds Whirlwind. Ataraxia has now used his dash, but they're going to try and lock down Variety. Good Aegis gets away from the damage from the bludgeon, but Ataraxia ends up falling. Adapting finds a double.
Cuvo finds his target, gets the heal, still in that execute range though, and Adapting ended up falling. Variety's gonna be able to chase down Emilzy, no problem whatsoever. Frostbound Ichabod gets the job done. Variety with a 2v1 in the jungle, and now it's just Deathwalker, but can Dignitas even get Enhanced Fire Giant? Another 50 got his blink, so that gets him away. Dignitas now kind of left without a spot to go, so they'll go back towards Enhanced Fire Giant, of course.
And at least start pulling it a little bit. The Knights now have to make a decision if they want to make it in. Adapting, even without all his safety, is still looping around the back end of the fight. That's a nice knockup from Emilzy and able to get the Intoxicate onto a couple targets. Argus already out as well. But yet again, Adapting can't get in on the backside. He blinks back in now that Zeros is here to collapse and find the knockups. Good damage on Ataraxia and forces out the Aegis. And the knockup can come through for all the damage, but the execute a hair too early. Doesn't matter. Zeros gets the kill anyway.
Cuvo gets 1. No execute target though. Cuvo does not get 2. Vote able to put him down in time. Deathwalker still has his blink, but Trix healthy enough. Ataraxia will not be healthy enough as Deathwalker finds his 5th. And then we back it all together and start pushing for Phoenixes. Now, I don't think that you can't even go for FG now, because Variety and Trix Tank being full HP just delay you so much that you can't be in the middle of a Fire Giant. You just won't be able to do it. Phoenix Siege is the way to do it.
Well, they've gotten the tier 2, and Trix Tank and Variety, as you said, have a much harder time stopping them from getting into Phoenix range. A good Scourge, a good stun to Vote, but that's all of it at once. And now he'll be able to put his DPS into the actual structure itself. But Trix Tank, though, they're doing everything they can to harass Vote. They're not giving him time to freely swing away. The Phoenix finally comes down. Deathwalker gets Variety. We're still 10 seconds away from this Hera rejoining the fray. Maybe a chance for the Knights if they want to all in it, but it has to be done now. It has to be done quick. Trix Tank doing everything he can to keep the hopes alive, but Vote completes the deicide, and that does it. The Knights answer back almost an hour long, and they get the second game. Man, this set is everything that you could want from two of the best.